You wanna know who I am? Folks call me the Bone Man, ain't my real name, but it's the one that stuck. Tonight on Requiem Radio. There are places where the walls remember sound, where silence don't mean peace. It just means somebody's holding their breath. Up in the wind-worn hills of Northumberland, there's a cottage folks cross the road to avoid. No birds, no laughter, just ivy fog and a piano that don't always wait for hands. They say the dead can't write music. They're wrong. This one is called The Music of the Dead.
In the hills of Northumberland, where fog drags low across the moor like a hand unwilling to let go, there stood a lichen-covered cottage abandoned for nearly 10 years. Children dared each other to touch the doorknob and run. Locals crossed the road rather than pass it. Even in daylight, ivy veined the stone walls and no birds sang nearby, as if the place absorbed sound and refused to give it back. Once, the cottage belonged to Eliza Harrow. Eliza had been raised there by her grandmother Maud, a stern woman who held seances on Sunday afternoons and believed the dead were always speaking. If someone knew how to listen, Maud taught Eliza palm reading, herbal remedies, and how to recognize silence not as emptiness, but as pressure. Listen when the house is quiet, Maud would say. That's when they lean close. When Maud died, Eliza inherited the cottage, and something else she never named. At first, Eliza's music was unremarkable piano exercises, folk arrangements small, careful compositions. Then something changed. Almost overnight, she began producing works that stunned music scholars across Europe. Pieces that sounded uncannily like lost symphonies, forgotten sonatas, vanished chorals, a movement in the voice of Mahler. A sonata that carried the unmistakable ache of Schubert polyphonic Latin chorals, so precise they seemed exhumed rather than composed. They write through me, she said in one rare interview. They come at night, they pace the floors. They speak, I write. Some called her mad, others accused her of fraud, convinced she'd uncovered a cache of lost manuscripts. But no one could explain how she captured not just the style, but the breath, the intent, the living fingerprint of the dead. Then the dream started. Nightmares that left her shaking, journals filled and burned. Only one entry survived in it. Eliza described standing in an abandoned opera house, velvet curtains rotted to threads, chandeliers swaying without wind below her, corpses in powdered wigs tuned invisible instruments, a conductor with a skull for a face raised his baton. The music that followed was unbearable, beautiful and screaming at once. She woke sobbing. That morning she wrote a fugue. Neighbors noticed strange hours, candlelight burning all night, windows open in winter, Eliza speaking aloud on the moor, answering voices no one else heard. Still, the music poured out, symphonies, preludes, even an oratorio she claimed was dictated by Handel himself. They're afraid of being forgotten. She wrote in a letter never sent. louder every night. But conduit became captivity. One winter evening, a postman found Eliza barefoot in the snow. Whispering in French she did not speak, ink stained her bleeding fingers inside the cottage. Sheet music lay scattered in handwriting that was not hers, yet matched annotations found in Beethoven's own letters. By 40, she withdrew entirely. Then one night, it stopped. Eliza was found dead at the piano, eyes open, candles burned down to wax stubs, one hand frozen above an unfinished chord. The clock had stopped at 3:13 a.m. No cause of death was found. The house was filled with music. Pages pinned to walls, stacked on floors, abandoned mid-bar. On the stand rested a leather notebook titled Dictations from the Beyond. Inside were names. Mozart, Weeping Tonight. Ravel humming a waltz I've never heard. Gesualdo keeps apologizing. The final entry, written in charcoal, read, "They say I've heard too much, one more composition, a requiem not for me, for them." The page after was blank. The requiem was never found. In 2009, a composer named Adrian Kroll tried to live there, hoping to study the haunted acoustics. He lost it one night. In his abandoned notebook he wrote, "The piano began at 2:41 a.m. Then singing. Many voices, it was my melody. One I never finished, never shared. She stood in the corner listening. He fled before dawn. The cottage remains empty. But on nights when the fog lies thick and the wind holds its breath, locals say piano music drifts from the hills. Not anything written in this century. And if you listen close enough, you can hear someone whispering. What comes next?"
You've been listening to Requiem Radio, where music bleeds into the supernatural. And that was the music of the dead. Some songs want to be remembered. Some demand it. Some composers are remembered for what they wrote, others for what wrote through them. Ain't gonna be no more tonight. Y'all rest easy and don't let the dark drive you home.